Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to RWA Rebirth Series 3 Heat B. In the last heat we saw Shredder II destroy Flip Flop and the Raven in their melee before shockingly beating number 2 seeds Killer 3 in the heat final, making it to the series semi-finals. We have 9 more ferocious machines ready to battle. Let's meet the seeds. So first up, seed number 4, it's Panic Attack. They went far in the last wars, making it all the way to the grand final, beating then second seeds Rogue 2 along the way. But in the final they lost against eventual champions Behemoth. They've made several upgrades for this series, so let's hope they do better. And joining them are number 16 seeds 95.5. Last time they looked strong and deadly when chopping up 44, but sadly eventual runners-up Killer 3 ended their campaign in the heat final. It's been almost completely rebuilt since then, so here's hoping they can do better. So in our first round melee we have number 4 seeds Panic Attack, newcomers Tarantula, and veterans from Rebirth 1, O.R.K. Let's get to the arena.
From Cumbra and seeded number 4, Panic Attack.
Panic Attack are back, seeded 4th this time around. They made it through the grand final. They've undergone several changes since the last time around. They're flatter to the ground, so obviously that means they're a bit more compact. And they've improved the lifting mechanism, and they've also got some sharper spikes on the forks, which means they should be able to get underneath things a lot easier now as well. So fingers crossed, Panic Attack will hopefully go all the way this time.
From Uppingham in Rutland, O.R.K.
And back again, for the first time since Series 1 of Rebirth, we have O.R.K. returning. They've improved their axe since last time, so it's now got a scalpel blade in it, but it's still spring-loaded, it still fires very quickly, and it still does damage, and they're hoping this time to go a little bit further.
From Ashford in Kent, Tarantula.
So here we have Tarantula, named so because when the weapon is raised, it looks like a tarantula's threat posture. It's got a very powerful lifting bar at the front, it's invertible, and it's 6-wheel drive as well, which gives them lots of push, lots of traction, and lots of drive.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Potential to have a very good battle here. 3 very different machines. O.R.K. getting the axe sunk in straight away. There's Tarantula driving in. Look at the speed and power of Tarantula. Those 6 wheels really are working in their favour. Down comes the axe of O.R.K. again. That spring-powered axe. It is very fast and very deadly. And Panic Attack, you know, the seeded machine, the number 4 seeds are struggling here. They're being ganged up on, it seems. Tarantula pushing them back now. In comes O.R.K. for a shot on the top. Now look, the truce must be off because down comes the axe of the Tarantula. It is a perfect shape for the axe of O.R.K. to come in and attack them. And again, Panic Attack now coming in with a silent assault. Oh, great tactic! Absolutely fantastic driving there by Kim Davis from Panic Attack. Coming in and just toppling O.R.K. onto their side. And I don't think they can self-right from there. Now they're going on the attack of Tarantula. Oh, look at this! Great work once again, just plucking them up, using those lifting forks to get in to all the little nooks and crannies, and now pushing the pit release button, so down goes the pit, and I think Tarantula's going to end up going down there. O.R.K. have failed to self-right, and Morrow coming in to count them out. Oh, that is a shame. It really, really is. They're a good little machine, O.R.K., and a great team. Shame to see them crash out this early on, but they do have a second chance, don't forget. Tarantula, shame to see them going down, but they're going to be going down the pit any second now as well. They looked impressive early on, but it's all over for them as well. Hopefully they can also get some redemption later on in this heat, who knows. O.R.K. will have been counted out, so Karma and Katrina can come in. There's Katrina with her deadly spinning ball. Dear, dear me. And O.R.K. are going to be feeling that one for a while. And on to the floor flipper. We're going to see it fly. Yes. Oh, out of the arena. Cease is called. And Panic Attack goes through. Great driving by Kim Davis. There's O.R.K. looking very sorry for themselves, it has to be said. But they're out. And Panic Attack are through to the next round. Such skilled driving from Kim Davies in that fight. Not only was he able to simply topple O.R.K onto its side where it couldn't self-right, but he was also capable of plucking up Tarantula and pitting it. Panic Attack go through. In our next melee, it's Robot Wars legend Sir Chromealot versus first round dropouts from last time, Technic 2, and a new robot, Jaws.
From Durham, Technic 2.
This is Technic 2, a vast improvement over the last one. Its lifting forks are now a lot more quicker, which basically means they don't let robots drive away too quickly before they can flick them over. It's quicker, it's faster, it's built from connects, which they say makes the robot a lot sturdier as well. So fingers crossed for them, they'll actually win a fight this time around.
From Manchester, Jaws.
This is Jaws, and much like the shark from the film Jaws, this looks terrifying. It's named so because it's got a pair of static jaws at the front which then hook robots and lift them, and then they can take them to the pit, or the house robots.
From South Ockenden in Essex, Sir Chromealot.
So this is Sir Chromealot, legends of actual Robot Wars, obviously. I don't think anybody who's watched Robot Wars doesn't know who Sir Chromealot is. It's got a flipper on the front, and it's also got a rubber tyre around the outside of the robot, and this is to actually protect it from spinners and side-on attacks, so fingers crossed, they could potentially do very well.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Interesting battle here, three very different robots. Sir Chromealot flipped over immediately, but self-righting in spectacular style. There we go. Jaws now getting a hold of them, and look there at the power of Jaws! Just plucking up Sir Chromealot. That's 98 grams, don't forget. 98 grams lifted effortlessly and almost suplexed. Technic 2 trying to get underneath now. Jaws and flip them, but didn't quite manage to make it. Now Jaws picking up Technic 2! Look at the power of those lifting jaws. They are really, really strong. Good looking newcomers, Jaws, it has to be said. And now Sir Chromealot nearly flipping Jaws over, but not quite so managing to. I think their flipper just broke. It did, look! The flipper of Sir Chromealot just broke, and now they've been toppled over by Technic 2, and Technic 2 have now been toppled by Jaws. And I don't think they can self-right, can they? Oh, they're trying desperately, but I don't think they can. And now they're on the pit, and Jaws pressing the pit button, and down they go. Oh, what a shame. They've come back so much more improved, Technic 2. They're going to have to fight in the redemption round later on. And Sir Chromealot, they looked impressive early on, but their flipper broke, and they haven't been able to self-right since, and they are done for. Out they go, red card. And now the house robots can have their fun, like Glade sinking the axe in once and twice onto the soft underbelly. I say soft, it's actually managing to withstand the pressure quite well. And now, oh dear, there's not much left of it, is there? Just the truck wheel hub and the protective tyre, and down the pit they go.
Cease.
Oh, what a shame for both of those guys. But Jaws, they look really impressive with those lifting jaws. Impressive work from Jaws, showing off amazing strength in those lifting jaws. So Chromealot lost its flipper and all hope after that really, whilst Technic 2 were unlucky, stranded on their back, sinking into the abyss. And now for the final three-way melee of the heat, we will see the 16th seeds 95.5 going up against Ducky, veterans from the original RWA, and Cedric Slammer, who we saw in the last wars.
From Redditch in Worcestershire and seeded number 16, 95.5.
And representing Sam Elliott 64, it is of course 95.5, a slight adaptation from their robot in the previous series. The axe is still very powerful, it's a lot sturdier, and the robot is built to take more hits from spinners now as well, so fingers crossed it'll do well for them. And they've also got the colours of Villa, so hopefully give them good luck, even if it is a crap football team.
From Preston in Lancashire, Cedric Slammer.
Here's Cedric Slammer still got its spinning wheel at the front and its self-righting mechanism. They haven't done too many changes. Will that be a problem? Only time will tell.
From Dundee in Scotland, Ducky.
Here's Ducky from Dundee in Scotland. A favourite of Roscoe Whitey's because he's also from Dundee and he likes the design apparently. Last time we saw Ducky it wasn't very powerful, but they're hoping to change that this time with a much more powerful flipper. It can self-right as well, and it's very sturdily built, so this could be a dark horse to watch out for.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
The Battle of Veterans is battle, don't forget. Cedric Slammer have been in the previous 2 series of RWA Rebirth. There is Ducky, have yet to be in Rebirth actually, but they have been in the original RWA series, and of course the Seeds 95.5 wanted to sink that axe in, and they're doing so right now into the back of Cedric Slammer. Goodness me, how much more of his punishment can Cedric Slammer take, I wonder? And now Ducky going after the Seeds. The number 16 Seeds, heat finalists in the last wars. Very experienced 95 team actually. They've been in RWA since series 27 of the original series, and it's definitely showing. Now bringing that axe in on Ducky, but in comes the spinner of Cedric Slammer. Look at this! Great work there by 95.5, able to use its axe at both front and back of the machine, and now bringing it in on Ducky. Remember, 95 also entered in the account Mayhem with 64. It didn't do very well, it has to be said, but still, they are a very experienced team who like to make different designs, and over goes Cedric Slammer. Can they self-right? Yes, 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 they can. This is a terrific opening melee so far, it has to be said. 3 machines all doing really, really well. Good aggression from all 3. Ducky's flipper looks absolutely astronomically powerful. I can't wait to see it later on in this heat if it gets past this round. For a minute I thought the flipper was stuck open, but no, up it goes again. That flipper is really impressive, isn't it? But so too is the act of 95.5. Up in the air goes 95.5, but they self-right really well. But again, doing a backwards somersault there, courtesy of Ducky, all the way from Dundee in Scotland, don't forget. So they've travelled a long way, all the way to Southampton for this tournament. Down comes the axe once again of 95, and again Cedric getting flicked there by Ducky. I'd say Cedric has been the least active of these machines, perhaps. It has been trying though, it hasn't exactly laid over. Goodness me, what a hit there from Katrina's huge bar spinner. Over go 95.5 once again. This is really tough to keep up with, it has to be said. And again, just being thrown around effortlessly by that huge flipper of Ducky. But down comes the axe once again. Cedric Slammer, meanwhile, is all sortable here, but they're able to get away. Very sturdy machine, isn't it, Cedric Slammer? Capable of getting out of danger quickly. And, they seem to be locked together there, but they managed to get off them there. And now they're going to flip there once again from Ducky onto Cedric Slammer. Yes, looking back at this, thinking about it now, Cedric Slammer has taken a lot of punishment in this fight. But to be honest, that's no less credit to them. They're still going, they're still fighting after all the damage has been done. But is their Shremek now broken, I wonder? They're in the CB's every clay, and down comes Glade's axe. That's an, oh dear, right into the guts, look. Which doesn't really make too bloody thinking, it has to be said. And look, we're in the final 10 seconds now, so it will most likely go to the judges unless something really big happens in the final 3 seconds. I don't think it's going to, but another huge flip from Ducky there as cease is called. What a fight that was! What a battle that was! All 3 robots survived to the end, so it's going to go to the judges. Looking back, I think Cedric Slammer took the most punishment, but it's between 95.5 and Ducky as to who goes through. Great battle. And the judges have ruled that 95.5 have just scraped through on damage and aggression. Unlucky for Ducky. So this is how the loser's redemption will pan out. Ducky, of course, are there, along with Chromealot, Technic 2, O.R.K, Tarantula, and Cedric Slammer. Interesting rumble, this.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
6 sad losers, only one can regain their glory. Who will it be? So Chromealot going after Cedric Slammer. O.R.K attacking Ducky. Oh, it's a Chromealot now attacking Technic 2. And in comes, oh, Tarantula flicking over Chromealot straight away there. Technic 2 are on their side. Cedric Slammer trying to bring that flywheel into Tarantula now. Oh, goodness me, it's all happening already. It's already all happening. These battles are great fun, but they are really hard to keep up with. Technic 2 being flicked over now by Ducky. So Chromealot trying to self-right, but they seem to be having problems as their flippers still struggling after their last fight, nearly out the arena there thanks to Ducky's flipper. Down comes O.R.K's axe against Tarantula. Those two had a great fight in the opening melee of this heat with Panic Attack. Of course, both of them came up short in the end to the number 4 seed. Oh, goodness me, huge backward somersault there by Cedric Slammer. Tarantula on his side, but self-righting really well as well. Down comes the axe of O.R.K again on to Ducky. That axe is fantastic, isn't it? O.R.K is such an interesting machine. A spring-loaded axe, never really been done in RWA before. They were the first ones to do it, actually, now I think about it. Meanwhile, Technic 2 being captured out here by Mora. That's a shame. They came back so improved, and they've barely done anything, it has to be said. And they're out. They're done for, so they're finished. And I think Chromealot's going to follow suit very soon. Yes, indeedy. Moro can start the count. It has started the count. Down comes the axe of O.R.K. Oh, O.R.K! Flip though, and again! Goodness me, look at the power of that flipper of Ducky's. So Chromealot have been counted out, so they're finished. So the two machines that were flipped in the opening 10 seconds are now out. There's a surprise. Oh, goodness me, malfunction. Throwing Technic 2. Technic 2 have been righted and trying to come back into it now. A little bit too late, I'm afraid, guys. So Chromealot, meanwhile, out the arena. One huge flick there from malfunction, and up and over goes Ducky, courtesy of Technic 2. But Technic 2 are out. Self-righting though, Ducky. Very good remake on the machine there. Meanwhile, Tarantula now getting underneath Cedric Slammer, which again has taken a lot of punishment in this fight. If I'm being honest, down comes the axe of O.R.K on the flat top of Tarantula. Nail grabbing a hold of Technic 2. And enough of their cheek. The pit button has been pressed, courtesy of Nail. Down goes the pit. Yes, and I think that's where Technic 2 is going to end up any second now. Yes, indeedy. Getting rid of the rubbish. Well done now. Now we've got these 4 machines. Neither machine has been counted out of these 4 yet. They are all still going strong. Or is Cedric now dead? Not too sure. Oh, goodness me. I thought Tarantula was going to have them down the pit there. Lifting underneath them again and slamming them into the side wall. This has been a great fight between these 3 machines. I think Cedric Slammer is dead though. At the side wall. Oh, okay. What are you doing? Nearly driving down the pit after being flicked there. Cedric Slammer, I think, might have just moved. I'm not too sure. As time ticks down. Another tough one for the judges here. 4 robots all making it to the end of the battle. It was close throughout, especially between Tarantula, Ducky and O.R.K. I honestly have no idea who's won this. Let's see. They've gone for Ducky, albeit only just. Look how close the score was between Ducky and Tarantula. That was close. Now, whilst we wait for our 4 semi-finalists to charge their batteries, it's time for another robot to take on our Pinball Warrior tournament. The Pinball Warrior tournament is designed to test the robot's driving skill and precision. The goal is to score as many points as possible by completing as many tasks as possible in the given time. Knocking those barrels over will score you 5 points per barrel, whilst knocking over the bricks will score you 10 points per brick. On the left hand side of the arena is the big swinging hammer. Pass through there to get 15 points. Opposite that is the seesaw ramp, which will score you 20 points, but you have to have a completed run over it, don't forget. Knocking the big ball into the goal and releasing the balls from the multi-ball release will score you 10 points each, and then you have the 2 big targets. 25 points guarded by Katrina and 50 points guarded by Karma. And don't forget, Brick has full range of the arena. And this week it's Dietor! Fur-brained and boggle-eyed, can they get enough points to top the leaderboard?
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
So where will Dietor go for first? The bricks, knocking down quite a few of them actually. Remember, that's 10 points per brick there, so I don't know, roughly 60 points maybe knocked up there straight off the bat. Going for the hammer, then backing away. They didn't think they quite managed to make it all the way under the hammer. Now going for the seesaw, and they've done it. So that's 20 points for clearing that. Well done there. Now going for the sphere, but they're pushing it the wrong way. What are you doing? Got to go even for the goal, boys. That's it. That's 10 more points. This is a good run by Dietor so far. It's a little bit slow and a little bit sluggish, and Brick catching up now, pushing him into the side wall. But it is still a pretty good run, going for the 50-point target, but Karma blocking it well. Now for the multi-ball release. That's another 10 points notched up, but Karma is behind them and chomping down and plucking them into the air. And we're into the final 10 seconds of this run, and I'm not too sure if Dietor can get back down from there now. And I think they've run out of time. I don't think they've got enough time here to get any more points. Oh, what a mad dash at the very end to get 25 points. Well done. That was a solid run from Dietor, taking out the bricks and going over the ramp. They also had no problems with the goal or the multi-ball. Not even Karma could stop them. And what a great last-minute dash to get the 25-point target at the end. And Dietor scores a total of 165 points. That puts them at the top of the leaderboard. Fantastic run from the boys of Dublin. Now we move on to our heat semi-finals, and first up it's number 4 seed Panic Attack versus Ducky with the Ferocious Flipper.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Which is the most formidable weapon out of these two, the lifting forks or the flipper? Well, by the looks of that, it's definitely the lifting forks of Panic Attack. Now, can Ducky self-fight? They did earlier on in this episode in the redemption battle, but they seem to be struggling here with the control of their weapon, and Panic Attack, Kim Davis there, happy to exploit that. Brick launching them across the arena with that CO2-powered ram. But there is definitely something wrong with Ducky here. They're not self-righting. The pit button has been pressed. Down it goes. And I think Ducky are done for here. What a foul performance. They definitely got into a bit of a flap, didn't they? It has to be said. And it's all over for Ducky down the pit. Oh, what a shame. After such a great performance in the loser's redemption. But Panic Attack were able to topple them over straight away and dump them down the pit. What's Brick doing? Wow, Brick, what are you doing? Oh dear, the yellow card. Oh, and now... Well, Morrow came and gave them a yellow card, and now Brick's been given a red card. Great stuff. That was over before it even began, let's be honest. One flick from Panic Attack was all that it was needed, and from there, the only place for Ducky was the pit. Next up, our number 16 sees 95.5 face off against the very impressive looking newcomers Jaws. Let's get to the arena.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Going into this, 95.5 will be the favourites because of their weaponry, that deadly axe, don't forget, and they are seeded 16th. But don't count Jaws out. They may be newcomers, but they're very impressive newcomers with a very good looking weapon. Look there! Just managing to clutch a hold of the axe of 95.5, topple it, and now shoving it into the CPZ with Katrina. Katrina got a good few blows in there. Now trying to shove them back into the CPZ and doing so. 95 in all sorts of trouble here, it has to be said, on the get-go. But they are managing to fight their way out of the situation. Now I'm pushing back. Good driving there by Sam Elliott at the controls. He's a security officer by trade, believe it or not. And now being plucked up into the air again, though, by the Jaws of, well, Jaws. And, and this is a very interesting tactical battle here. It's damaging weapon versus control weapon. And call me crazy, but I think the control weapon is actually winning this fight at the moment, which would be an upset. If the number 16 seems to lose here to a complete newcomer, it would be a huge surprise. And look there, once again, that suplex tactic by Jaws. I really like that weapon on Jaws. It does look effective, but don't count out the axe of the seeding machine just yet. 95.5, they've managed to get a good shot in there. Look at that. And now, pushing him into Katrina's CPZ. A little bit of payback for them, perhaps. And now pushing him into Malfunction's CPZ. Down comes Malfunction's axe again. Oh, I think! Yes, look! Malfunction has managed to just completely dismantle those lifting Jaws, and now Jaws are in all sorts of problems. Pieces flying up everywhere. And now 95.5 feeding it to Katrina and getting the axe blows in on the exposed innards now. And surely it's only a matter of time. Look there, the rapid fire double bladed axe of 95.5 are seeds in this fight, and I think Jaws are done for now. That was great tactics used by 95.5. Get the house robots on your side and get them to do the dirty work for you. What a shame this is for Jaws, because they looked fantastic, but they are out. Wow! And they were winning this fight, but it just goes to show you what good tactics can do. The full bit of chucking them into the air now. Oh, that is such a shame and such a sad sight. Malfunction, lining them up onto the drop zone. What is going to drop on them? Oh, it's a bunch of concrete bricks. Oh, dearie dear me. And up in the air goes Jaws. Flung over to Katrina. And Katrina, oh, with another huge hit. Cease called. And 95.5 go through to the heat final, take on Panic Attack. This battle proves great tactics can benefit any robot. 95.5 simply shoving Jaws into malfunction CPZ, and he did the damage to Jaws in the end. Jaws, weaponless and immobile, was left for the drop zone. And our heat final consists of both this heat's seeds. Panic Attack seeded 4th and 95.5 seeded 16th. What a fight this should be.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Bit of a grudge match here between these two. They actually fought in the semi-finals of Series 27 of the original RWA. Panic Attack emerged victorious there. So will it happen again here, or will 95.5 get their revenge? Down comes the axe. They are bringing the axe in, but all the aggressive driving is from Panic Attack. All the control is from Panic Attack. And they're able to outmaneuver that axe there, get around the back of the machine and try and expose the high ground clearance at the back of 95.5. Pushing him backwards, but 95.5 not giving up. A battle of the two seeding machines in this heat. Panic Attack seed number 4 made it to the grand final in the last wars. Lost to Beer Moth in a very, very good battle. Now coming in, trying to get in on the side there, and doing so. 95.5, seeded 16th, don't forget. Made it to the heat finals last time around, lost to the runners-up Killer 3. So no disgrace there. Down comes the axe, and now Panic Attack being pushed into the CBZ with Katrina. That is exactly what they did last time, but Panic Attack, good driving there by Kim Davies, managing to get away. Two very good drivers here, two very good machines, and this is a really good tactical fight. The pit has been pressed, so down it goes. Now, who will be ending up down that? By the, judging by the power of Panic Attack's pushing power, we'll probably say 95. Now, 95.5 ending up in the CBZ with Blade. A bit of a taste to its own medicine, perhaps, after the last fight. Down comes the axe once again of 95.5. Oh! But what a great drive there by Panic Attack. 95.5 pitted. Trying to get out with the axe. It's not going to work, boys. They're out, and Panic Attack go through to the semis. Kim Davies there, just proving to the world why he is considered one of the best drivers ever. He managed to avoid the big hits from 95.5's axe, and eventually he shoved them into the pit. Panic Attack got through to the semi-finals. Thank you very much for watching this heat, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next week for more Robot Carnage. Next time on RWA Rebirth, we see the number 6 seeds Icefire 2 back for more mayhem. And the number 18 seed AT20 rebuilt and more deadly? Find out next time.
Brother Joe, and you think it's all good.